A few weeks ago, we talked about Superman on the Atari 2600 and how it was the first video game featuring a comic book superhero. Well, believe it or not, it took 3 more years before a Marvel hero would make the leap into a game, and it was none other than our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey there, welcome back to Gen X Grown Up. I'm John, and I am a Gen X Grown Up. Thanks for clicking on this video. Developed by Laura Nikolich and released by Parker Brothers in 1982, Spider-Man puts you in the role of our favorite web slinger who must scale skyscrapers and high-voltage towers to thwart the Green Goblin's plans to blow up those structures. He's planted a Superbomb at the top of each, and as you make your way to the top to defuse it, you can nab his henchmen and defuse smaller bombs to increase your score and refill your web fluid. So what do you say we suit up and save the day, shall we?
So here we have Parker Brothers Spider-Man. The object of the game, as we said, is to climb up the building, defuse as many bombs, and catch as many bad guys as you can, and ultimately defuse the super bomb that the Green Goblin has up at the top. Now, it's worth talking a little bit about the different game options and the mechanics. So the game options, there are only 6, and it's actually 3 difficulties times 3, 1 player, 2 player. And the difficulty switches don't do anything. So it's just up to you. Now, I'm going to hit start, and when I do, you get to hear the little Spider-Man from the cartoon. Kind of. A little riff on it. Now, the way you navigate, now I said in the thumbnail, you cannot climb walls, and that's true. You can scale walls with your web, but that's it. So you hold down the button, and you pick a length, and then when you let go, you can start climbing that web. If you go diagonal and let go, he'll start swinging. Now, your web has to land on a part of the building or tower. If it lands on, if it lands on any part of the sky, anything sky colored, a window or the background, you'll fall. And as you just saw, if a bad guy touches your web, he'll cut it and you'll fall again. So a lot of it is about figuring out your angles, like where you're going to swing. And when you start going up, you stop swinging. Now, you can catch bad guys. This is not my run. We're going to do a run in a second. If you swing across them. So if I do this, boop, I caught that guy, right? And so I'll get not only points for that, but I get extra web fluid. You can even go down if you hold down the button. You can go down like that and catch a bad guy if you want to. You have that as an option. So it's a lot of, again, picking your angles, deciding where you can grab on with your web. And not falling. And if you do fall, you can try to catch yourself. Now, if you don't believe me that he can't climb walls, take this as evidence. So at the lower right, you see that there's this timer that represents your web fluid. If you catch a bad guy, I catch a guy real quick maybe. I get over there to him. Oh, there, I got that guy. You get a little extra web fluid, and a little bit of points. But let the web fluid run out and you will plummet straight to the ground. No way to catch yourself. If it's Spider-Man and he could actually climb walls, he can just grab onto the wall, right? You can't do that here, unfortunately. And I don't even think the web fluid is related to how many webs you spin. Although maybe it is a little, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. It just seems to go faster on harder levels and it runs out eventually. So no matter how much of it I spin, I feel like it goes down about the same speed. So you see my web fluid is almost empty. I'm hanging onto the building with my web. Whether you are or not, I'll just hold on tight. No web fluid needed. And death. I can't spin webs. I can't climb. Boom. So I really have a subset of Spider-Man's abilities. And then before I actually start my run, again, let me come up to the top here real quick and show you. In addition to the building, at the top of every building, there's this tower. The scaffolding tower there that you can climb up. And that's where the bombs are. Now, these bombs that are on the tower, you can defuse them, but there's no penalty for not defusing them. They don't hurt anything. If you're close to them, they'll knock you off the building, but otherwise, no big deal. And there's the Green Goblin. Now, I can usually get through maybe 2 buildings. I never finished the 3rd building, I don't think. And you get an extra man at 10,000 points, which I've never gotten close to. So let me restart the game. You have a Spider-Man plus 2 in reserve, and you can start going right away. You don't have to wait for the music. Just try to make my way up to the top. I find that you don't really have to work too hard catching bad guys on this first level because you have a generous amount of web fluid. Whoa! If you fall, you can catch yourself, as you saw. And defusing the bomb at the top of the building, the super bomb, all you gotta do is touch it. That's it. Like swing over and get him. Got him. just kind of avoid these bombs. I never seem to be able to get to those bombs before they blow up anyway, so I don't try too hard at it. It's kind of like playing pool. You got to figure out your angles, you know? There we go. So just wait for the green goblin to go by. He's very slow on this first level. Down a little bit. Got it. Just had to touch it. The end. The way the scoring works is when you get to the top of a building, every point you earn going up the building, you double. So I made 90 points going up the building the first time, doubled. I got it 180. So now I'm on the second building, the red building, and things get a little tougher here, though still not awful. You'll notice, we'll point out some things that are a little faster. I think the guys move from window to window a little more quickly. Definitely the web fluid goes down faster. The timer, like you can see it actively going away if I catch this guy. Got him. I find going up the side of the building, frankly, the easiest way to do it. Now, here we go. Here's the second one. You can see Green Goblin's quite a bit faster. Get there past him. Ah! Ooh, just caught myself. Catching yourself on a fall is probably the most important skill in this game. Got it. Got him again. I'm on the third one and I haven't lost a Spider-Man yet. That'll change. Now, while we're playing, I'll of course remind you, as always, yeah, we have a merch store, and ooh, there's the Green Goblin already. Look at that. And do we have any Spider-Man stuff in it? Yeah, we do. If you're a Spidey fan. Now, people often ask me, how is it that over on GenXGrownUp.com/merch we have licensed stuff? Well, we don't. All the stuff in our store is made by independent artists, and they're doing like, what would you call them? Like mashups and riffs on popular stuff. And so it's not official Spider-Man, but it's, you know, it's like what you find at a convention. It's, woo! It's like art inspired by these great franchises that you like. He's probably at the top too, right? So look at that. Now you'll see I'll fall. Here comes the fall. Just straight falling, not having fluid. That's it. Ugh, the splat is great. Now, catching the bad guys is a great tactic. And what they say in the manual that's crazy is the more guys you catch and the more bombs you defuse, if you get too many of them, the Green Goblin will start a timer on that Superbomb up at the top. He won't tell you. You have no idea how many guys it is, but if you get too many, you'll start to hear a tick, tick, tick noise. And I'm not saying, like, I can't figure it out. Like, in the manual, it literally says, you don't know how many guys it is. It's some number. They definitely make it tougher. I've never had to play the harder difficulties because I'm bad enough at this difficulty. All right, here's my last attempt. This is building 3. I think I've never gotten past building 3. Maybe if I'm a little more careful. We'll see. If I do, you'll witness the first time I've ever gotten past building 3. See, I'm trying to catch the bad guys, but I don't know if that, am I wasting my time doing that? Is that the top? We're at the top! Oh my goodness! I'm not saying I think I'm going to finish it, but I'm saying I've never been this far. Oh, my web hit the bomb instead of... See how close I was? Oh, we're almost out of web fluid. And we're done. I feel better. Like, I feel like I've gotten better at this game over the course of walking through it and talking. It is fun. It does feel like a little bit you are a superhero. Like, you have the big bad guy, which is great. You have all of his henchmen everywhere. The web fluid mechanic is weird to me, but I guess you had to give it some... With the limitations of the Atari 2600, I guess you had to give it some kind of a ticking clock. But the exploration, like, I think the way they have harder and harder levels, it would have been cool to have an easier level, like a kid's game, that didn't have the ticking clock, and you could just play for as long as you wanted. That would have been neat, but hindsight, it's 2020, I suppose. So there is Spider-Man for the Atari 2600.
Back when I did my full Parker Brothers ranking tier for their 2600 games, I gave Spider-Man a B. And now, after playing a lot more of it for this video, I think that was pretty fair. There's not a great deal to do here, but what you do get to do, you get a small sense of adventure and accomplishment for, and that's something that's often missing from VCS games. Imagine what could have been if we had all of Spidey's abilities and not just a small subset, huh? Look, I love doing these little playthroughs, so keep those suggestions and requests coming in the comments, and then keep an eye on our community tab to vote on what you'd like to see next Friday. In the meantime, links to previous Friday plays linked here and here. I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this video, and I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.